you made it! You came back to the channel. Hello. My name is Anna and today's video is all about long-distance relationships, or LDRs for short. Now, they are hard work and they take a lot of strength and compromise to really make them work. Now, a lot of us don't know if we could actually handle a long-distance relationship until we are in that situation. So, let me walk you through the traits that you need to have as a person so you know if you could handle a long-distance relationship. Stay tuned. You can handle disagreements and you can compromise. Depending on how you handle arguments and problems in your current relationship can really show if you could survive an LDR. If you can be open with your partner and you can discuss when you are feeling upset, or just simply talk about a problem and be willing to work on a compromise and accept your faults, then great. It means you can open up and be vulnerable about the relationship when you guys are miles apart. However, if you are afraid to really open up and you end up bottling up all of your problems until they explode like Coca-Cola and Mentos, well, this is something that you really do need to work on before an LDR actually happens. Trait number 2 that you need to have: you are not insecure and you do not get jealous easily. If you are confident about yourself and you don't want to change yourself so that your partner finds you more attractive, then well done. This means you are a great candidate to be in an LDR. But on the other hand, if you have lots of hang-ups about your own appearance, you don't feel confident, you feel you've got a lot of pressure on yourself, then you will really struggle with the distance. If you are the type of partner that checks out your other half's social media just to see who likes the pictures, then this isn't good, because if you feel there is competition, your anxiety will flash red hot, and especially when you hear someone else's name that you don't recognize, you will always feel like you are in a panic and you need to work on yourself, because not being able to see your partner when you want is hard, but much harder for the insecure type, and you will constantly feel paranoid with a cloud above your head which always seems to rain down the fact that your partner might be with someone else behind your back. You are confident about what you want in this relationship. Oh man, so many people go ahead and get this wrong. They go ahead with their long distance relationship without even discussing the end plan with the partner. Now, it's super important that you both see this as an opportunity that is only temporary, because you need to have a plan to be living with each other, or at least be together in the future. Therefore, you both need to have a deep, serious conversation about what you expect from each other. If you want to live in your country, in their country, if you want to be married, have children, adopt kittens, whatever it may be. And if you don't have an idea of that long-term commitment together, then the long-distance relationship will only drive you guys apart. You definitely know this is the right person for you. If you are hesitating and you are struggling to see a future together, then do not consider a long-distance relationship with them. You need to be super sure that this is the person for you. Otherwise, the LDR has no chance of surviving. You do not depend on physical intimacy. This can greatly depend on your love language. And if you are a physical person only, which means you like the comfort of touch, you like hugs and cuddles and all that jazz, and physically seeing your partner often pleases you, then maybe an LDR is not for you. Yes, you can see your partner over on FaceTime and Skype and you can send each other selfies, but it doesn't really fill that void, does it? You're still going to feel lonely. And if you would struggle at the thought of not having your partner to hug when you are having a down day, then perhaps an LDR is not for you. We talk about love languages here a lot on the channel, and if you want to find out a little bit more about your love language, what your partner's love language is, to make sure you are on the right path for communication, then there is a book right here. It's fantastic. I recommend it to everyone, and the link to purchase this book will be down in the comment box below. You work on yourself constantly. Now, this is something that happens outside of the relationship. Now, self-development is basically you could say a spiritual journey where you like to clear up the wrongdoings from your past, overcome trauma, and make yourself the 2.0 better version, well, the limited edition version, should we say. So if If you are able and you are happy to improve yourself, then this is fantastic, and it means that you would work well in a long distance relationship. Now, the reason for that is because when you have a long distance relationship and you can't see your partner, you might feel a little bit overwhelmed with how lonely you feel. But if you are working to be a better person and you don't feel lonely, this means you would be awesome to date if you lived far, far away. Now, you notice when you are in a long distance relationship, the things that you feel are not good enough about yourself really come to light. Now, if you are ready to work on these things, then awesome. And this ties us in to the next trait. You do not mind being alone. It's pretty obvious in this one. The LDR means you are going to feel alone and physically be alone quite a lot of the time until you guys are reunited together. And if you don't feel you are the anxious attachment type and you don't depend on always having someone there around with you, then fantastic. If, however, you do struggle to be on your own, now not just physically away from people, but I mean sitting in the house on your own with no music on, no background distraction, there's no wrestling going on in the background if that's your type of thing, there's no Mozart playing on Amazon Alexa. I want you to understand that if you are happy with silence, then that means you are okay and you're not bothered about being alone. Because loneliness once you are dating someone really, really sucks. And if you can't handle being on your own, then the LDR really is not for you. You are empathetic in relationships. A long-distance relationship requires a little bit more work in terms of overcompensating. An example of this would be before you go out with new friends, or if you do something that isn't your usual behavior. For example, maybe you aren't a club person, but you thought, you know what, let's just go out. I've made some new friends at work, we're going to go to a club. If you know this behavior would make your partner feel a little bit uneasy, and you are okay and you are empathetic to say, hey, I'm actually going out to the club tonight. I know, crazy, because I love just staying in and binging Netflix. But yes, you see what I'm trying to get at here? I'm trying to get you to understand that you know what would make your partner feel uncomfortable with your empathy energy. So if you are able to overcompensate and let your partner know in due time when you are about to do something that might cause them a bit of anxiety, this means you would be amazing in a long distance relationship, because there's nothing worse than dating someone millions and millions of miles away and then finding out they went out, got a little bit drunk and hung out with new people, especially new girls from the office. You would feel a little bit intimidated and a little bit disrespected. But if you are empathetic, you don't have to worry about this. And there we go. If you are in a long distance relationship, my heart goes out to all of you because it is very, very hard. Let me know down in the comments if there's something that you have noticed we have missed from this list. It'll be great to hear. And I will see you in the next video. Like and give us a huge subscribe. Click that button hard. And I will see you in the next video. You've been amazing. Ciao.